Let's talk about JobSeeker for a moment, because there has been a slight increase there. I want to just show you this clip from 7:30 on the ABC. It was an example of a family that's on JobSeeker and how they operate. Let's have a look.
So what do? Do I do the right thing to not be a supposed dole-dulger and work 5 days a week for the $8.50, or do I work the hours I'm working and get that little bit of a top-up? So we had to make a decision, but again, that's not supported. You're seen as somebody that's bludgeoning or taking advantage of the system.
Paying people a proper level of income support so that they're not living in poverty, so that their children are not living in poverty, and that we're not perpetuating intergenerational poverty is the reason why I do it.
This family lives on the Sunshine Coast. Mark, we just heard there, works a job in the service station. He's paid $1,300 a fortnight. Then he gets a Centrelink JobSeeker top-up of around $250. Is that what the system is for? He was essentially talking about, well, do I get more hours, or do I just kind of sit back a bit and get this top-up payment? Do you think that's what the system was designed for?
I'd say that there's a lot of people who periodically receive government payments who are actually doing their very best to make ends meet and to work. But the nature of our modern economy it's changed a lot in the last 30, 40 years. It used to be about 1 in 10 people were casual and the other 9 in 10 people working were permanent. But now I reckon it's more than 3 in every 10 people are in casual, irregular work. So I've got no hassle with someone getting some support for the periods of time that they're unable to get that extra income. Because I don't know all the backstory to that clip, but what I see is a bloke who's trying to work and he's trying to make ends meet. And if it's sometimes the income that they obtain by working in irregular work doesn't quite get them there, I've got no hassle with someone getting some slight support as well, because the reality is that quite a lot of people rely on the safety net through just life's outcomes, and I don't know that gentleman's backstory.
Yeah.
But if he's having a crack, a bit of modest support to me doesn't seem wrong, because you know, you can own 7 houses and you can get more than that and back in negative gearing. Now, why is it that it's the people at the bottom of the heap are the ones that everyone gets upset about receiving some money?
Well, because the argument around JobKeeper is it is a safety net, and we'd rather people have a job. I don't know all of Mark's circumstances, but, you know, they're certainly doing it tough. There's a lot of jobs available. What he was talking about there is saying that there is a job available to him. He can get more hours in the work, but he is kind of on the fence about whether he should do that, because he cannot work and still get that extra $250. Isn't that a flaw, a fundamental flaw? That's not what the system's designed for, is it?
Well, I'm not going to... It sounds like he's doing a fair bit of work already. Yeah. And if what you're saying is the taper rate or the intersection between when you lose a benefit and there's a trade-off, if losing the benefit is a bigger opportunity cost than doing those extra hours. Right. But this is always a friction point in our system. The same goes for means testing for pensioners.
Yeah, but what do you think about that? The job is available there. There are businesses need workers at the moment. And this is an example of someone who actually sees a benefit in not going to work for an extra day.
Yeah, well, you know, if I was going to reform our tax and transfer and tax concession system, I'd start at the top end. Ask yourself, why do multimillionaires need more tax concessions when they've already got multiple millions of dollars?
So what are you talking about? You want negative gearing gone?
No, what I'm saying is that we give tax concessions and there's trade-offs between income and government support. I guess it's just my value base. I'm not going to start with a battler on, you know, getting $200 from JobKeeper in a fortnight. It's just who I am. To me, I reckon I'd start, if I was reforming the tax system, at other points in the system where other people... Well, do you think it's great in this country that... Well, I'm not the Treasurer, so it's beyond my policy area, but I just understand that in this country, whenever we have a discussion about the unemployed and that taper rate, I always think, well, there's plenty of property tax concessions and a lot of really well-off people really, really well-off people still getting some free government money. And the problem is,
Well, your treasurer has just given developers a pretty big incentive
life.
in this budget.
But what I'm not going to do...
It doesn't sound like you like that.
No, that's fine. But what I am saying...
You're disappointed that he didn't go down the
be fair,
negative
you just
gearing
asked me a question about a clip showing someone for 30 seconds and you said, what about this? And I'm saying, that's just not the way I'm built. That frankly, sure, I'd like that man to get paid more hours or to receive higher pay, but I'm not going to start picking on people on the margins of society.
Fair enough. Bill Shorten, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Laura.